sinabi po ni SDS, ano? Alam nyo, kahit pagbalik-balik na din natin ang mundo, yung ating pong former president, si Ferdinand Marcos Sr., malaki po nagawa niya sa bansang Pilipinas. Kahit sabihin na natin na inakusahan siya na diktador at napatalsik siya ng ating pong mga kababayan. Pero at the end of the day, we have to accept that he made a lot of things for the Filipino people. At yung pong pagsasabi na huhukayin siya at itatapos sa West Philippine Sea, medyo parang sa mga nagmamahal, no, lalo na yung mga Marcos loyalists, no, na nakita natin na talagang pinaglalaban yung ating pong dating Pangulo, napakasakit po nun. And we have to be careful with our statements, no? Kasi hahabulin tayo ng panahon at pagkakataon. Like for example, yung ginagawa po na statements ng ating pong dating Pangulo, si Rodrigo Roa Duterte, ngayon hinahabol na po siya ng sitwasyon. We hope that this will not happen to the Vice President. But definitely, somebody might file a case against her. At nobody can prevent that dahil nga wala namang immunity ang ating pong Vice President. Masakit po yung mga ganitong klaseng salita na hindi naman po dapat nasabihin na nanggaling sa isang opisyal ng ating bansa.
Sir, clarification on the invitation kay former President Duterte. 18 pa po yun, October 18, yung reiteration ng invitation ninyo. Meron na po bang feedback from the PNP kung na-deliver man lang po doon sa bahay itong, at may nag-receive nitong invitation? And second question, kung meron ding reiteration ng invitation kina Senator Bongo and Senator De La Rosa?
Well, kasi dun sa previous invitation that we sent, I think, kung di nga ako nagkakamali, during the second or third Quadcom hearing yun, open-ended yun until we conduct these hearings. Open invitation po yung aming invitation. We only had to reiterate kasi para matagal-tagal na rin yun. This is already the 9th and going to be the 10th hearing of the Joint Committee hearing. So that's why we had to send and reiterate the invitation.
Pero I understand may sulat din po kayo kay CIDG Chief
Yes, we
to
did.
ensure na may magre-receive, may feedback na po.
As we speak, wala pa kaming nakukuhang feedback. But we had to course it through the PNP kasi sila ho'y nakakalam ng address doon sa area. And we always do that naman every time we send out invitations to personalities outside of Metro Manila.
Ako, magandang umaga po. Habol ko lang po, hingi lang po na reaction dun sa parallel investigation na gagawin ng Senate dun sa EJK tsaka drug war.
Well, kami, I'm sure narinig nyo na yung aming opinion tungkol dyan. Kami sang-ayon din kami dyan. No? In fact, mas maganda nga na magkaroon din ng isang parallel investigation dahil wala namang prohibition sa aming rules. And because of merong ganyang klaseng parallel investigation, we do expect that in sync ang lower house at saka ang Senate dito sa usapin tungkol sa EJK. We really have to come up with a law, no, para matigil at hindi na mangyari po itong mga ganitong klaseng extrajudicial killings. Now, my opinion, I'm sure my colleagues here, my co-chairs, meron din silang sariling opinion. Ang opinion ko, kung merong ang Senate, meron din ang House, ba't hindi na lang natin pag-isahin? Parang BICAM. Ang dating, isang joint committee hearing, nandyan ang Kongreso, nandyan ang Senado, at nandyan yung ating investigation. No? I think, mas malawak, mas komprehensibo, at siyempre, mas maraming mga intelligent questions na maitatanong ang mga membro nitong committee ito. So it has to be some sort of a joint, every time may SONA, di ba? Meron tayong joint session. Ito, ganun din gawin natin. Mas maganda sa tingin ko. I don't know. Sa tingin ko, priority ito ng mga mambabatas. Kaya kung uunahin nila yung personal na interes sa pamamagitan ng pagsabi na may kampanya kasi kaya wala sila, isa sa kanilang mandato at obligasyon ay itong ating ginagawang conducting an investigation in aid of legislation. Yan po ang aming trabaho. Yung produkto ng aming komite ay pinag-aaralan at pinag-iisipan po yan.
Saka lalo na, Mr. Chairman, no, para mapabilis. Remember, 2 weeks ago, nag-file kami ng 2 bill, no? Yung pong declaring EJK as a heinous crime at yung isa yung pag-stop ng POGO. Now, kung hindi magiging sinking yung upper and lower house, pagdating sa ganitong klase ng investigation at bills na pinal natin, by December, ang order ng Presidente tigil. Kung hindi natin mag-aaprubahan yung POGO bill na we filed together with the upper house, mababaliwala po yung ating pong ginawang submission or filing of that two bills. Mas maganda po para mapabilis po yung ating pong kilos ay magsama na po ang Senado at ang Kongreso.
Habol ko lang po.
By the way, ipopropose pa namin yan, ha? Kung ano ang masasabi ng ating Senate President at saka ng ating Speaker of the House, no? It was just an idea na tinitingnan natin kasi para masabi na impartial itong investigation na to dahil tayong lahat, bawat Pilipino ay naniniwala na kinukondena natin ang mga pagpatay. Wala po siguro magsasabi dito na natutuwa sila mayroong pinapatay, di ba? So dahil nga ganito kalawak itong usapin na ito at itong usapin na ito ay isang usapin of national importance, therefore ang Kongreso, ang Senado at ang lower house ay dapat magtipon para talakayin itong usapin na ito at gumawa ng solusyon nang sa ganon ay hindi na maulit ito.
Habol ko lang po, ibabalik ko lang ng konti doon sa kanina. Bukod po ba doon sa pagbili ng lupa, meron po bang ginamitan ng ibang peking birth certificate para makakuha halimbawa ng gun license tsaka ng driver's license? May ganun po bang nakita yung Quadcom?
Hello, lahat po. It all started with LCR and PSA. Pag may PSA na po, papasok na po yung LTO. Lahat na, and that includes passports. So, lahat ng mga government IDs and passports, doon talaga nagsimula doon sa LCR at saka sa PSA.
So, meron pong na-discover na ginamit yung pagkuha ng gun license, ginamit yung peking birth certificate?
I think sa case ni Tony Yang, kay Tony Yang,
Recommendation yata ni SP yan, ano? And of course we respect that dahil sila naman po ay bound by their rules, eh. Ganon din kami dito sa House. Well, kasi hindi pwedeng siguro naisip nila na hindi pwedeng si Senator Bato because he's being implicated, no? Bilang chairman ng Committee on Public Order and Dangerous Drugs sa Senate. That's why siguro naisip ni SP na ilagay sa Blue Ribbon at si Senator Coco Pimentel mag-delete.
Sir? Hi sir, good morning po. Rose po sa UNTV. Sir, we're preparing 2 scenarios tomorrow for the Quadcom hearing. Kung mag-a-attend si dating Presidente Duterte, how do we prepare for it? At kung hindi siya dadalo, what do we expect? Do we have new witnesses to present that will corroborate the reward system of the anti-drug war?
That's a good, tough question. But the chairman of the Committee on Human Rights will be able to answer that. Congressman Benny.
Magandang umaga po. Sorry sa pagiging late. Anyway, bilang chairman po ng Committee on Human Rights, noon pa, naisa naming imbitahan ang ating dating Pangulo to appear. No? Not a person na inaakusahan namin, kundi bigyan ng linaw talaga ang lahat ng mga bagay na ito. Particularly yung EJK. Pagkat binanggit naman ni Colonel Espinido at ng mga ibang mga kapulisan natin na talagang may EJK. Ngayon, kung halimbawa hindi makakadalo ang Pangulo, ine-expect namin siyang dumalo sapagkat sinabi naman niya sa media na if he is invited, ay darating siya. Kaya palagay ko sa akin po, walang pagdududa na he might come. Kung di siya tumating, meron pa po kaming mga witnesses na talagang magsasalita. patungkol sa mga bagay na ito?
Chair, padagdag ko lang po. Actually, yung invitation ng Presidente nung nakaraan pa yan, and to invite him once again in tomorrow's hearing is just normal, no? He's just one of the resource person that was invited in previous hearing. Now, kung question of preparations with regards to proceedings, I think yung preparation is still normal because we treat the former President as one of the resource person that will shed light on the issue of AJK. So wala pong magbabago.
If ever he appears po tomorrow, ano po yung security na ipapatupad po natin? And will he get the first part of the hearings? Siya po ba muna yung pagsasalitain po natin? And what questions we will ask?
First, question of security, that's not us, but the Sergeant at Arms, no, in coordination with the PNP. Second, if he will be the first or the last or in the middle, sabi ko na nga, we will treat him as part of the resource person. So, depende po yan sa mga members, no, na magtatanong. And third question of what are those questions, let us see tomorrow what will happen during the hearing. Well,
Dagdagan ko lang din, no, na of course, we will afford him the courtesy due to a former president, no. Eh, alam niyo naman dito sa Quadcom, nirerespeto naman natin yung rights ng ating mga resource persons at ng ating mga witnesses. Ano? Taliwas diyan sa iniisip ng iba sa pagbabati ko sa amin na we do not daw respect the individual rights of our witnesses as well as our resource persons, no. Of course, they have all the right, no, that we will extend to them. Kasi lalo na yan, na dati pong Pangulo si former President Duterte. So definitely, we will respect him as a person and respect his former office as the President of the Republic of the Philippines.
Let me add, no, sa akin naman, more than asking any educated question, we would like to listen to his educated answer. Ibig sabihin, we're willing to listen. Di ba? I mean, for him to explain to us yung war on drugs, we're willing to listen. For him to explain to us why is it necessary on the war on drugs that more than 20,000 people were killed. We are willing to listen. Oo. We're willing to listen na sinabi niya several times na patayin ang mga drug pushers. For example, we're willing to listen kung bakit niya sinabi yan. We're willing to listen na yung kanya mga binanggit na pinapatay, na-involved din ang ilang mga pulis na gawin ang hindi dapat gawin. We're willing to listen. We're willing to listen to him. Nasabihin niya, nagkaroon ba ng due process bilang chairman ng Committee on Human Rights? What I'm concerned about ito, nagkaroon pa ng due process. Nagkaroon ba na tinatawag natin sa konstitusyon na binigyan ng pagkakataon kahit mga suspect yan na hindi natin binibilang na mga kriminal unless proven guilty. Bilang ang ating dating Pangulo ay piskal. Naniniwala po siya sa due process. Naniniwala po siya na dapat bigyan ng pagkakataon ang mga suspect kahit mga drug lord pa yan. We're willing to listen. We're willing to listen kung bakit more than 7,000 ang mga pinatayan ng mga drug pushers sa mga maliliit. Pero yung mga malalaking drug lords, buhay pa hanggang ngayon. That is what we would like to know.
Sir, sorry, follow-up lang. Kasi sa mga social media feed or post po ng mga supporters ng Duterte camp, his attendance may lead to contempt. Yung pong respect that the Quadcom will accord the former president, is that enough assurance for him not to be contempt?
I cannot, the committee personally, I cannot assure that. It's up to him to be present tomorrow, and it's up to his answers and his actuation during the hearing. So, for me, sabi ko na nga, hindi ko pwedeng pangunahan ng dating Pangulo. Oh, let us see what will happen tomorrow. But one thing for sure, we will afford him the due courtesy, his office should be afforded.
Sir?
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 Sir, sorry. Sir,
Ayan, go ahead.
sir, follow up ko lang yung sa mga Chinese na may title. Meron ba kung may narinig ako, if I baka mali lang ako, Tony Yang, the brother of Michael Yang, kasi meron ding ID Tai Yang. ID Tai Yang is same as Tony Yang.
No. Iba yan, magkaiba yan.
But this ID,
Eddie Tayang, yung Chinese name niya is Jiajing Yang.
okay. Pero related ba to sa kay Michael Yang and Tony Yang, sir?
Si Eddie Tayang is related by business associations.
As business associate
Yeah,
of
but of
Michael
course si
Yang and Yang.
Tony Yang is related to Michael Yang, the brother of Michael Yang.
So, itong si ID Tai Yang is business associate ni Tony Yang. Tama,
No,
sir?
ni Michael Yang.
Michael Yang. Okay, thank you. Thank you, sir. I just like
Sir? Kagaya po nung nangyari sa Good Government na hearing, hindi po tumayo si VP Sara para mag-take ng oath. Granting po, pumunta po si former President at hindi rin po tumayo para mag-take ng oath.
Again, as I've said, I cannot personally, no, I cannot answer about it, but we have to stick in our rules. What is our rules should be followed during committee hearings. And let us see tomorrow. Let us see tomorrow.
Bakit ang konti ng mga tanong nyo? Himala. Okay, sige. Okay. So, maraming salamat sa ating mga kaibigan sa media. Thank you. Yeah, you still have one more question, Rose? Okay.
Sir, magko-comment lang si Rose na parang namumula po kayo.
Hindi, walang tulog eh. Di ba, we're supposed to be on vacation. Di ba? Nagtanim ako doon sa amin eh, kaya mainit eh.
Ako, palagay ko yung tanong kanina, palagay ko mas civil si former president kaysa kay vice president. Palagay ko, magte-take ng oath yan. Mas civil siya eh.
Okay, thank you and salamat sa inyo sa ulitin. OSG, thank you very much.